All right, we started. Good. Okay, I'm gonna go over how I made $1,000 today. The trades are kind of slow. Normally I have like by 6 or 7 trades by how long it took me to make this, but we're gonna go over how I made it over $1,000 today. And just sitting in the chair, looking at computer screens. This morning I had a couple people with me, which was it's always kind of fun because I get some banter and talking about that. And then the cool thing about it is I found a filter. Thank you. Finally found a filter that I could use. Been looking for this filter for weeks on this very specific trade of when to avoid it, when not to avoid it. It's like the sneaker wave trade out in Oregon. If you're familiar with those things, they basically come in and then go right back out the same way. So it just gets you in and then, ruins your day. So, but that didn't happen today. I made one, two, three, 4 trades. There was one more trade that I was debating to make. I didn't do it. The guy sitting next to me did. He crushed it. He made $400 in just a couple seconds. And I was like, oh man, maybe I should have taken that one. But let me go over this. So let's go to the charts real quick and I'll show you what I did. Very first trade of the day was at 5:51. Normally, I start at 5 o'clock, so literally I sat here about 50 minutes before this first trade came. This trade I made about $200 on. It was just a quick little thing. Then the next trade, looking at this thing, is at 6:01. I did not make this trade because it hit one of my rules where I have if the blue cross is touching. Let me make this a smidge bigger for us all. If the blue cross is touching or appearing to touch the bar, I don't trade that. Avoid it. So there's the first 2 trades. The second one would have worked, would have gotten like 5, 6 ticks, if that, and then, but not worth it for me on that one, just to go forth. All right, next one, moving on down the road, was at 6:39. So after the announcement opening was this guy right here. Okay, this is a pretty easy one to look at. I was just tracking it right along with the blue stars and crosses happen to stop right there. And then everything worked out. I placed the trade. I placed the buy at, I think it was like 232, pretty even. It shot up there at 639 and got me in and out. So another good trade on that one. I made $250 after fees, and so this is how much I netted, by the way. So 200 on the first one, 250 on this one, and then the very next one happened just right here at 7 o'clock. I was watching this trade pretty closely. And this is one of my favorite trades. Is that when you have this like little crazy Ivan, I call it, sneak bar that shoots up there, and I see the blue cross, and I'm just hoping and praying because I'm like, it's one of my favorite trades. I'm like, do it, come on, you can do it, and sure enough, it did it. And so I had a sell right there, came down and got me out. This closed at 7 o'clock. I can't remember how long it took, but either way, that was a $300 move right there. So 200, 250, $300 net. So there's five, six, 750. The very next trade that I didn't take, which, like I said before, the guy sitting next to me did make, was this one right here. Uh, it, it was a close enough call that it was a 50-50. It worked out fantastic for him because next thing I know, he's like, $400. I was like, oh, geez, all right, well, I could have made some money on that one too. But what happened is that the blue cross had just dropped into here, and as soon as I saw it drop in there, I closed out, and then as soon as it closed out, it shot up. So yeah, and then it ended up being pretty good. Minute 24 shot way up there, so it worked out fantastic. I did not make that trade though. My next trade, I sat around for an hour. Now again, this is my total time sitting here was 3 hours, and I made over $1,000. So sometimes you sit there and wait and wait and wait, and then it just hits. That's just how it happens. Uh, but let me show you this next one. It was right at 8:03 was this trade right here. So the price came down. This closed. The blue cross hit right here, and this one dropped into it, and then I made out for that one. So that was good. I didn't go. It was a little bit hairy on this guy because how eventually closed out, but it did work out. I didn't trade any of these guys, and so I'm not sure what happened here. So yeah, that was my 4 trades of the day. I think I totaled out, I netted $1,050, and so that was all worked out just fine. And I did miss 2 trades that would have worked, especially I know for sure that 722 worked because the guy sitting next to me hit it. So, all right, that was my morning. It was a Thursday, the let's see, 6/20, so June 20th on this mark. So, follow along with me, C3 Algo, and like the best way to do this is uh, Gopher. What was that? Anyways, yeah, say your prayers, have a great day, and then come join me at C3 Algo and trade with me. One of the group member students, he killed it today. He made 4K on two accounts and I think two and a half on one account. So Wade did trade a lot more than I did and just killed it today. So, all right, guys, see you next time.